Welcome back everyone, I'm Jay Barino, and this is Starcraft Master Recall, a Starcraft Brood War remake in Starcraft 2. In the last episode, my intro got cut off halfway, so I just went ahead and cut the whole thing out because it sounded weird, starting halfway through. Anyway, we've got a foothold on Shakuras. We've met the Dark Templar, and we'll see where we go from here.
I am Xel'Naga, matriarch of the Dark Templar, and I welcome you and your companions to our world. Zeratul has informed me of the fall of Iron, and I am deeply grieved. I am one of the few Dark Templar old enough to remember our ancestral home in clarity. Yet no matter how tragic the circumstances, it is clear that fortune has reunited our people. We Dark Templar will never forget our banishment from Iron, nor the Conclave's sins against us. But you and your companions are no longer of the Conclave. The example set by your fallen hero, Tassadar, has shown you that when the light and dark sides of our energies are united, our power is undeniable.
But Matriarch, the Zerg who have followed us here are unlike any enemy the Protoss have ever known.
You speak the truth, Judicator. And yet, there lies a dormant power here that can help us to scour the Zerg from Shakuras forever. Long ago, we Dark Templar were a nomadic people. But when we found a remarkable monument upon this world, we decided to remain here to study it. We discovered that the enormous structure is actually an ancient Xel'Naga temple, dedicated to the race that sired us all. The temple is situated above a nexus of powerful cosmic energies. If we were to access those energies...
Then we should strike now while the Zerg still muster their forces.
Alas, we cannot. In order to properly channel the energies of the temple, we will need the twin crystals, Urash and Callus, that legends say were separated many ages ago. The Urash is laced with pure Templar energies, while the Callus is comprised of dark Templar energy. Only by using these two crystals in unison can we hope to channel the potent energies of the temple.
Then it is clear that we must retrieve these crystals, wherever they may be.
Agreed. But first, we must deal with the Zerg and their two Cerebrates who have already taken up station around the temple itself. To arms, my children. Scour the temple grounds of this foul infestation.
Alright, so in this mission I can get behind, you know, killing some Cerebrates. But are we really going to base our defense completely on a legend? Legends say that these two crystals might work, and they were separated.
Remember, young Templar, Cerebrates can be killed only by Dark Templar weapons and energies. My brethren will make short work of any Cerebrate.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. I always found that funny though, like, the Protoss are a really interesting race. Like, they're so technologically awesome and powerful, but they're also completely constrained by bizarre superstition.
Our sensors show that the two Cerebrates are surrounded by spore colonies. We will deploy our Corsairs to compensate for their defenses.
Oh, Corsairs. Oh, Corsairs. Corsairs, so cool. Alright, so what's going to happen is we're going to have to kill these, but the disruption webs that get put down are never last long enough for them to actually, like, work. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. I don't think we're going to be able to kill these in time. We'll see. Okay, so kill that. The disruption... Also, you have to watch out if your Dragoons get stuck in the disruption web, then they can't fire either. So, there we go. We cleaned it up. As long as you kill those two sunken colonies before the disruption web goes away. It's actually kind of hard to time, and I always remember, like, practicing a lot to make sure I could get it down just right. So we have to kill two Cerebrates that are down in here, and it's an island, so you need to use shuttles to get over there. And obviously, the Corsairs, you need to kind of clear yourself a landing site. Not really clear a landing site, but, you know, use disruption web on stuff so that they can't shoot you as you're trying to land. I am going to get supply blocked. So, I guess defense kind of up in this area would be a good idea, because the Zerg drop on you, like, here-ish. sometimes here, sometimes here. Again, the AI might be scripted just slightly different, but from what I've played in the past, that's generally what happens. Let's go ahead and start my +1 since I'm waiting on pylons. And let's build a second pylon while we're at it. So we did clear this out, and this is a real nice expansion. It has more minerals at it, I think, than my main base, or close to it. So you definitely want to take that early. This doesn't seem right. So I've got 8, 10, and it only says 7. Not a big deal. Not really concerned about it. Just pointing it out. Okay, so getting some good income. Don't lose your DTs early. Don't lose your DTs early. Don't lose your Dragoons early either, actually. Okay, so yeah, looks like they're dropping right there. I'll do some shield battery, cannon defense here. I'm actually going to start with a shield battery just because it's just so helpful in keeping units alive, and I'd rather focus on keeping my units alive than building cannons, because cannons die quickly, and it's like 150 minerals down the drain when it dies. So I'm just going to build some zealots, get a decent force before I push out into this area. Okay. Just going to keep making probes. I'm going to get a second gateway. So gateway units against Zerg, I think, are the key. You want to eventually get into Archons. I think Stargate units just aren't really worthwhile. That's my opinion against Zerg. Because Zerg, the only thing that scouts are really effective at are Guardians. I'd much rather have use Dragoons. Okay, this is going fine. I'd much rather use Dragoons and Archons against the Mutalisks. I just don't think... I think Scouts are overkill. Scouts are 275 minerals and 100 gas, or 150 gas. It's absurd how expensive they are. And I know the idea is like, oh, well, Protoss units are more powerful, so, you know, you build less of them and they're more expensive. Which is true, I think, for gateway units, but I think for Scouts, garbage. Like, that just doesn't hold up. 275 minerals for Scouts. Yeah, sure, they have a lot of armor. They have a lot of hit points. But I just don't think they really hold up against any sort of... I don't know, anything. Like, I would rather have 2 to 3 Wraiths rather than a Scout. Well, I guess 2 Wraiths would be 1 Scout-ish, plus a little gas. But I'd rather have 2 Wraiths than 1 Scout. And Wraiths can cloak. Anyway, well, I can make Corsairs now, so I shouldn't really be complaining that much. Let's get our shields. Another thing I can do is Reavers. Reavers, another thing that I don't really care for, because you have to build the Scarabs. And honestly, that makes them a lot more unattractive in my eyes. Because it's 10 minerals for Scarabs, and I think they start with... Alright, yeah, yes, Corsairs. They start with 5, and then you can upgrade them to hold... I think you can upgrade them to hold more. Upgrade them to hold 10, and they do a ton of damage, but they're much better in defense than their offense, because you can't tell them to stop attacking. Like, you can't tell them to hold fire like you can for, like, Cloaked Ghosts in StarCraft 2. And that's really important, because if I'm paying money for this thing that they shoot, and then I have to pay money to rebuild it, I want to choose exactly when they fire. But if I have a Reaver here and they drop 1 Zergling, I can't tell him, hold fire, if my screen happens to be up in this area. He'll just waste the 10 minerals. It's bothers me. Okay, so we're going to need a decent amount of Corsairs here, as well as Dragoons. Corsairs, very good against Clump Mutalisks. I think that's kind of the reason they added them, was in multiplayer. Specifically, the Zerg would... stack Mutalisks. So Terran and Protoss both got means of countering that via Valkyries and Corsairs. So Corsairs, very cool unit, very useful active. So I want to make sure that I'm using that enough. Okay, let's get more cannons. Oh, okay. Didn't try and rebuild it after he moved. There we go. I want to take this base up here, but I'm going to need to defend it somewhat heavily. Yeah, we can start making Archons already. This mission's going to move pretty quick, and I already know exactly what the holdup's going to be. I'm not going to build enough shuttles in time, because my money is being spoken for to defend, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to have a huge fighting force, but I am going to have to wait for shuttles to ferry them across the damn river. So, figured I would just warn everybody now that that's exactly what's going to happen. Now you know. Okay, shield's looking good. looks like 18. I have more than 18 now. No, I don't. I have 16. Yeah, I have a little more than that. That's fine. That. You know, I probably should get Storm. Seriously, one of the best abilities in the game. But, Archons are just so much... They're not better, okay? I can't just up and say they're better. But they really are darned good. Like, I would rather have Archons. I could make High Templar and then Storm, and then when they're out of energy, then I could go ahead and make Archons, but I don't know. I'm an attack A kind of guy, alright? I'm not... A part of this playthrough is me showing that hard mode is fun. Playing a more difficult difficulty, I guess. Really, it increases the challenge and makes it more fun. It's not something that you should fear. Like, it's, in my opinion, it's more fun when you can, I don't know, have a real challenge and, like, just barely hang on. Though I have to say, playing a mission for 40 minutes and then losing is really frustrating, so make sure you save a lot. And that is my, that's my opinion, and I will stick by it. So they're attacking down here now, too. I'm going to have to go ahead and also defend this pretty strongly. Okay, so gateways. We can make a bunch of High Templar now, so 2 more Archons. Because of that, I'm going to go ahead and get my +2 shields because I have the money and it is more expensive. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of pepper cannons down this ridge. They are there essentially just to die, but it will stop the Zerg from going in and attacking and destroying my infrastructure before my units can get in there and support it. Okay, so after this I'm going to get some more Zealots, and I need to start making more probes up here. So I guess what I was saying earlier about, you know, you don't have to be super good. Like, you kind of just... It's more understanding the AI more than having really good mechanics. You can see I don't use hotkeys all the time. I use hotkeys for workers, but when I build units, I don't always use hotkeys. Just little things like that. I queue up multiple workers at a time. Like, you don't have to be an incredible player to do this. But at the same time, it's much more fun, in my opinion, just because... it's more challenging. Like, it really keeps you... you can't just be laid back. And some people like to feel a little bit laid back when they're playing, sure. But, usually when I play a game the first time, I like playing on an easier difficulty and then coming through on hard. And recently I've kind of changed my stance on that. I really enjoy just diving into hard mode and then trying and failing. And I think, like, games like Dark Souls really contribute to that. Alright, so... I'm sort of blocking myself here, stopping my Archons from getting in and killing these clumped units. Corsairs, don't get yourself killed. Okay, that went fine. Let's get some more Zealots. I should just get a second forge. Get some more pylons. And, you know what I really need to do? Is make, a Stargate and a Robo facility, because I need to make shuttles. So I might as well start now. Alright, we've got Dragoon range. Okay, there we go. The one thing about Corsairs that is kind of annoying is they can only attack air, so if they see an Overlord come over, and they don't do that much damage, they'll chase the Overlord to their heart's content and get murdered by everything. So you kind of have to keep an eye on them, because they will just fly away and get themselves killed very quickly. Very, very quickly. Alright, so these Archons will be more than enough to deal with air units, I think. I did see a Guardian, and I think it was there to defend, so I am going to make sure that I do make 1 or 2 or 3 scouts. They're expensive. I'm not going to prioritize building them. I'm also going to get a robotic support bay, specifically to research shuttle speed. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, get in there. Queen's annoying because they can use Parasite on a lot of my units. I think they can use it on Dragoons and Zealots and Dark Templars, so you gotta be careful. Well, you don't have to be careful. I have to be careful. Okay, I saw I could get a fleet beacon. I'm like, can I make... Am I able to make freaking carriers? No, not yet. Carriers so darn good, especially in Starcraft 1, because all of their interceptors launch at the same time. Or, not really at the exact same time, but much quicker. In StarCraft 2, they kind of pop out one by one, and you have to research them launching faster. Hey, shuttle speed must already be researched. That must just be a default thing that you get in this mission. That's... thanks. Alright. 'Tis a good day to die.
I stand ready.
Okay. So, I already have a decent-sized fighting force here. I'm just going to keep making zealots because I want to save my gas for a couple scouts, even though I hate scouts. Sure, we'll research the +1 air. You can see them, they spawn as warp prisms, and then they turn into shuttles. So another thing, yeah, is I could make those reavers. If I have the extra money, I might as well. But you can see I'm not just rolling in money. I am making more and more cannons up here, specifically because I want this to survive in case it gets attacked, and I need time for my units to get up there and help. I'm gonna need some Dragoons too. Looking good on Corsairs. They're gonna help a lot against Mutalisks, a little bit against Guardians. They don't do really enough damage, I think, to kill Guardians. There they go. Let's get up there. My cannons will be okay. Actually, let's just send my Corsairs. My cannons will handle this, but probably before I get up there. Oh, okay. Time to go. Get up there. Oh, run, Corsairs. This was a mistake. So this is why I built all these cannons. Sure, I just lost all my money doing that, but that Zealot's going to tank all those. I think what I'm going to do is just leave my units like here. That way they can move quickly in between stuff. I accidentally moved my shuttles all over there. More shuttles, please. I'm going to get supply blocked. I already am supply blocked, really. Okay, money's looking good. I should be able to end this mission fairly quick. I just need to make, fortunately, some scouts. Just in case. Queued up 4, that should be more than enough. We'll include them with my Corsair group. Make another Corsair 2. Pretty much once these are all done building, I should be ready to go. I'm going to have a decent amount of shuttles. Could use more. Okay, so I'm not sure if these rallied up here before attacking, but I caught them before they could move in on me. Let's see. How about some more Archons, more Dragoons? Yeah, it looks like I found Orange's rally point before he could attack me, so now I can kill them as they drop out of the Overlords. I can't tell if they send more Overlords to drop on you first, because that way you can't like snipe the Overlords as they're flying in at you to drop on you. I'll take it. Okay, let's rebuild some of these cannons just in case. It helps those helps against those stray Mutalisks. Yeah, sure, one more. Probably overdid it with the shield batteries to the point of kind of exploiting it. Whoops. Okay, another Archon. We need more shuttles. Need more shuttles. I have so many shuttles. I want to drop everything at once. And I want a few extra shuttles in there to take up the damage, so that the ones with my units in it don't die. Now, another thing you can do is just make scouts and run them in and just start attacking. The spore colonies will attack them before they attack the shuttles, and by that time you'll be able to have dropped your units. So, that's an option. Can I make observers yet? I can. I don't know if that's worth it, because you have to make a whole other stupid building for it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Oh, you know what? I need Dark Templar. I need more Dark Templar to kill the Cerebrits. And when they land, I need to make sure that they don't die. Very, very important. Oh, I've only had 2 on this the whole time. Whoopsies. Got a lot of gas on this one. 4 on it might be a little overkill, but if it's even slightly faster, that's fine. I'm going to get supply blocked again. Go. So what I was talking about earlier was about how the Protoss is just such an awesome, powerful race, and kind of got cut off by Zeratul there. But I really, really like how they're restrained by their own superstitions and bizarre beliefs. I mean, sure, at the end of the stand, going after legendary crystals does pay off, but like look back to like how they. Oh god, that's okay. Now I need those scouts. They banished the Dark Templar specifically because they were at war forever, and I don't know. I don't want to go into forever about the Adun and the Aeon of Strife. Like, it's a really interesting thing, and they talk about it a lot in the manual. Really, really neat time period. But a lot of that just has to do with... It's kind of... I like how it lines up with the human empire in Warhammer 40k. I really like how they have all this awesome technology, but it's all like... It's not really... Well, it is religion, but I mean, I'm not like bashing religion or anything, but it's like... It's all superstitious, and it restricts their ability to do everything that they could do to defend themselves or destroy their enemy. I really like that. It's kind of like a zealous sort of crusade. I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop talking about this. Got a decent amount of shuttles. I think I'm going to go ahead and make my first drop over here. Let's scout this out and see. I think over here looks less scary. Oh, scouts, what are you doing? Oh, that's right. I told them to follow. And look at that. My last Corsair just finished right when I said, okay, this looks like where I want to drop. Let's load up. Archon. Oh, that's a Dragoon. I think I'm going to bring over my... Oh, of course. Of course. Well, we'll clean this up first, and then we'll load up and go. Wow. So anytime you're on an island, it's pretty easy to defend. Alright. So we'll bring the Dark Templar over later. Okay. Down here. I think I have an empty shuttle. I have 2 empty... Well, whatever. I'll come back. I'll come back and pick up the rest of my stuff. So, scouts... Drops are always scary, because if you mess it up, all your units are dead. Okay. So we're going to Disruption Web this guy. And let's drop. Disruption Web has like a huge range. It's awesome. There we go. And now we've made it. Now you can see these Archons can't attack because they're stuck under the Disruption Web. So it does count against your own units too. I'm going to just make a bunch of Dragoons and keep them at home just in case. They decide to circumvent my attack. Okay, so I have my foothold. All my units are over here. So I think that amount of Corsairs was a little wasted. That's okay. Okay, nice. Where are my Dark Templar? I've got a lot of them, but you guys are 1, and you're going to stay back here, because I really would prefer you not dying. Okay, this is fine. I have air for that. So let's push in. And my attack... Oh, no, don't attack me! Don't attack me yet! Okay. Like, don't drop units over there, because I don't have enough defense for it. Well, okay, I kind of do. I've got this, and I've got a bunch of cannons, so kill that queen. It's annoying. Alright, we're pushing in. Last mission I talked about the Prima strategy guide thing. I think that might have actually been this mission. I'm not sure. Oh, Archons, you are tearing it up. I could bring in my DTs. Yeah, now I can't. I just didn't want to risk them because I need them to kill the Cerebrits. Here's a big temple. It's going to blow a bunch of stuff up later. You guys back up. I want to keep my units together. No, don't. Dark Templar, get in there. I've got a bunch of Zealots. Don't risk it. Okay, got the first one with Dark Templar. Now, the whole brood doesn't go docile after that. I don't understand. It's a little inconsistent with how they decide how things go. Sometimes if you kill a Cerebrit, everything just... It doesn't die, but it goes like feral. And won't attack you unless you attack it. I guess in this mission they decided that's not the case. Anyway, clearly we've won this mission. Another one where maybe I waited a little too long. I should have started my shuttles earlier than I did. Didn't really lose much in my attack except Zealots, but that's kind of what they're there for. I hate to say that they're there to die. Well, you know, we'll sweeten it up and say they're there to absorb damage to make sure that my more expensive units don't get sacrificed. Alright, Dark Templar, I need you. Kill these sunken colonies. Okay, get on the Cerebrits. I like the Cerebrit models. They did what they could. They took the Virophages and they made them... Hey, stop it! Stop it! They took the Virophages and they kind of shrunk them down to size, and they... I don't know, I think that looks nice. And I like how it looks like they're embedded into the ground. That's pretty cool. And we've done it.
Well done, mighty Protoss. I'm glad to see that you all are as violent as ever.
Kerrigan, what mockery is this?
Relax, warriors. Despite what you may think, I haven't come here to fight you.
This is laughable. Do you truly expect us to believe that your intentions here are honorable? That these Zerg here are not under your sway?
Look, the Cerebrates you've killed were my enemies as well. If you let me explain, I'm sure you'll understand that—
You are the enemy of all who live, Kerrigan. What makes you think we would have anything to do with you?
Because, Zeratul, I bring news of an event that threatens us all. If you'd be so good as to escort me back to your citadel, I'll tell you everything I know.
Very well, Kerrigan. We shall hear what you have to say. But be warned, we will not suffer your treachery here.
My ensnared unit's sort of photobombing that end cinematic there. Sorry about that, but didn't know. Cool, so we finished Legacy of the Xel'Naga. Kerrigan's here now, who obviously will be up to no good, but we'll see. I guess we're going to give her a chance, which is probably the dumbest thing we could do. Anyway, this has been Jay Marino. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.